Hi guys, welcome to Namrata's online math classes. Let us just continue today's class with the topic rational numbers. In my previous two videos, I had discussed about introduction to rational numbers, the difference between a fraction and rational numbers, how do we write a rational number in standard form, as well as I had discussed also about positive and negative rational numbers. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about properties of rational numbers. Just like the way in our previous classes, we have studied about the properties of whole numbers, integers, fractions, etc. Similarly, today we will learn about various properties of rational numbers. Let us just start. So, the first property of rational number says if a upon b is a rational number and m is a non-zero integer, then I can multiply m by the numerator of my rational number, which is a. Similarly, I can multiply m by the denominator of my rational number, which is b. In other words, I can say that a rational number remains unchanged if we multiply its numerator and denominator by the same non-zero integers. Guys, do you remember this property of rational numbers is same as that of the properties of fractions, which says we can multiply the numerator and denominator of a fraction by the same number and it remains unchanged. And similarly for rational number also, if I multiply the numerator and denominator of my rational number by a non-zero integer, so I will get a new rational number which is called the equivalent rational numbers. Let us just see an example of that. For example, if I have a rational number minus 2 upon 5, then if I multiply both the numerator and denominator of my rational number by 2, I will get another rational number, minus 4 upon 10. So, minus 4 upon 10 is the equivalent rational number of minus 2 upon 5. Similarly, if I want to find out one more rational number of my given rational number, I can multiply it by any non-zero integer. Here I have multiplied the numerator by minus 3 as well as denominator also by minus 3. So I have got a new rational number which is 6 upon minus 15. Similarly, we can find out as many rational numbers, equivalent rational numbers of a given number as possible. Now, let us just discuss about the next property of rational numbers. It says if a upon b is a rational number and m is a common divisor of a and b, then I can divide my numerator and denominator by that common divisor. In other words, I can say that a rational number remains unchanged if we divide its numerator and denominator by the common divisor of both. Let us just see an example of that. For example, if I take the rational number minus 32 by 40. So, I can divide both the numerator and denominator of my rational number by the number 8. And I will get minus 4 upon 5, which is equivalent rational number of minus 32 upon 40. Similarly, if I divide both the numerator and denominator by 4, I will get another equivalent rational number which will be minus 8 upon 10. So, what have we learned from these two properties? That either I can multiply my rational number, both the numerator and denominator by the same number, or I have to multiply my rational number, I have to divide my rational number by the same number in order to find out the equivalent rational numbers. Now, let us just learn about the next property of rational numbers. It says, let a upon b and c upon d be two rational numbers. Then, if I am given that a upon b is equal to c upon d, so which means basically a upon b is equivalent to c upon d, then I can write it as a into d upon b into c. Here I can use the method which is called as cross multiplication method. So here I have multiplied A by D and B by C. So this property of rational numbers can be used to find out whether my given rational numbers are equivalent or not. So if I do the cross multiplication and if the product of both the multiplication it comes equal, in that case I can say that my given rational numbers are equal. Let us just see an example. If I am given two rational numbers 2 upon 3 and 4 upon 6. Suppose if I want to find out whether they are equivalent to each other or not, or if I just want to compare them. So what I can do, I can put both of them equal, then I can use the cross multiplication method. So which says if I multiply A by D, which will be 2 into 6, which will be equal to 12. And if I multiply B by C, which will again be 3 into 4, and the answer will be 12. So if both the products come equal, in that case we can say that my given rational numbers are equivalent to each other. So because 12 is equal to 12, so I can say that 2 upon 3 is equivalent to 4 upon 6. So here are two very important points to be noted. The first point says except 0, every rational number is either positive or negative. And the second and most important point which says every pair of rational numbers can be compared. So which means we can compare every pair of rational numbers, whether they are less, whether they are equal to each other, or one of them is greater than the other. Now let us just learn about the next property of rational numbers. The property 4, it says for each rational number m, exactly one of the following cases is true. Either m can be greater than 0, or it can be equal to 0, or it can be less than 0. Let us just see a few examples. If I talk about the rational number 2 upon 3, obviously it is greater than 0. We'll learn about it later on, that how do we compare to given rational numbers. If I talk about the rational number 0 upon 3, it is equal to 0. Then if I talk about the rational number minus 2 upon 3, as is visible from the number itself, it is a negative rational number. So, which is less than 0. Let us just move to the next property of rational numbers. It says for any two rational numbers A and B, exactly one of the following cases is true. Either A is greater than B, or A is equal to B, or the third case can be A is less than B. Similarly, if I take example of two rational numbers 1 upon 3 and 1 upon 5, so I can say that 1 upon 3 is greater than 1 upon 5. Similarly, I can compare 2 upon 3 and 6 upon 9. So if you see over here, so 2 upon 3 is my rational number. So if I multiply both the numerator and denominator by 3, so I will get 2 3s are 6 and 3 3s are 9. So I will get a new rational number which is 6 upon 9, and I can call it as an equivalent rational number of 2 upon 3. So I can put an equal sign between these two. Similarly, if I compare minus 2 upon 7 and 3 upon 8, so I can write it like minus 2 upon 7 is less than 3 upon 8, as it is clearly visible. One of the rational numbers is negative, another one is positive. So obviously the negative rational number will be smaller than the positive rational number. So these were all the properties of rational numbers. Now let us just solve a few sums based on the properties of rational numbers. Okay, so the first sum says find the two rational numbers equivalent to 3 upon 7. Now let us just recall the properties of rational numbers. So what have we learned? How can we find out equivalent rational numbers? Either we have to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero number, or we have to divide both of them by a common divisor. So here what I have done, I have multiplied both numerator and denominator by 4. I have got 12 upon 28, and for finding the second number, I can just take any non-zero integer. So I have multiplied it by 11. So I've got 33 upon 77 as my second equivalent rational numbers. Now how am I supposed to write my final answer? Therefore, the two rational numbers equivalent to 3 upon 7 are 12 upon 28 and 33 upon 77. The answer for these kind of questions may vary because the children might choose to multiply or divide the given rational number by different numbers. So all those answers will be correct. Now let us just solve a few more questions. So question number 2 says, determine the smallest equivalent rational number of 210 upon 462. Now I have to find out smallest equivalent rational number. That means I have to make this fraction or rational number smaller. So how can I make a rational number smaller? If I divide it by some common divisor. Let us just see how I have solved it. So first of all, if I divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, I will get 105 upon 231. Then again, if I divide both of them by 3, I will get 35 upon 77. If I again divide them by 7, I will get 5 upon 11, which is in its lowest form. So it is the least equivalent rational number of 210 upon 462. In the similar way, you can use the method of cancellation. Like you can use a single step to cancel them out on a common table. So you don't have to use that many steps. If you know the tables of a number directly, so you can do that. For example, let me just show you over here. So if I divide 210 by, it will be 4 5s are 20. No, not by 4. So how did I get 5? So I have to divide it by 7 3s are 21 to 42. So I have to divide it by 42. So 42 5s are 210 and 42 11s are 462. So you can do that in steps also, or in a single step also. If you want to do, you can do that. So the answer will be 5 upon 11. Let us just solve a few more questions. Question number 3 says, write each of the following rational numbers with positive denominator. Now this thing we had already done when we were discussing about the standard form of rational numbers. How can we make a denominator positive? So for that, we have to multiply the denominator. If it is already negative, I have to multiply it by one more negative number, so which will be minus 1. Similarly, I have to multiply numerator also by minus 1. So I will get minus 3 upon 7. Similarly, 11 upon minus 28 will be minus 11 upon 28. And minus 19 upon minus 13 will be equal to 19 upon 13. Let us just solve the last question, which is based on the properties of rational numbers. It says, express minus 3 upon 7 as a rational number with the numerator minus 15 and the second subpart says 21. So how can I make my numerator minus 15? As of now, in the given number, my numerator is minus 3. So I have to recall the properties of integers also for that. So by which number should I multiply minus 3 so that I get minus 15? So the answer for that will be 5. So if I multiply minus 3 by 5, so that means I have to multiply the denominator also by 5. I'll get minus 15 upon 35, which will have the numerator as minus 15 upon 35. Now let us just think about the second option. How can I make the numerator 21? So if I multiply the numerator of given rational number by minus 7. Similarly, I will multiply the denominator also by minus 7 and I will get the number as 21 upon minus 49. So, this was all from my side about the properties of rational numbers. Thank you so much for attending today's session.